Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Work is going well on the greenhouse. I almost have my 4 walls glassed in. Let's go back in time to tomorrow and I'll show you the progress of the greenhouse. It is Thursday afternoon and here's an update on the greenhouse. I've got the glass in on this wall down here. I've got all the glass cleaned for the far wall over here. So I'm going to put that in today. So today it's a high of 22 degrees Celsius or 72 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty good for October. I've got one more pane to put in on this side, and I'm going to video me putting it in because it's a kind of a special technique to get these side panes in. Hopefully it'll go quite well. These first 4 went really well, so yeah, here I go. Okay. Through here. Okay, so what I've got to do, I get the top in first under this lip, and then I have to flex the glass out, and then with my foot I push it on top of the edge at the bottom. So here I go. I line it up top first. Like that. Then I grab it down here, flex it with my toe, which is a little scary, but that's on the lip, and then I let go and push it in. Just like that. And I just push it into the putty, make sure it's sealed all the way around. And that's that, in place. So that's 2 walls done now. I'm going to begin work on the end walls now. Now I've noticed, remember I had the problem with this triangle window fitting up here? I've noticed that the whole greenhouse is shifted just slightly from the vertical. So I test fit the panes in the back and I've got to correct that. I've got to shift it over, I think this way. I think it was this way. Yeah, just slightly, like 1/8 of an inch, or what's that in millimeters? Maybe 3 or 4 millimeters. Not very much. So I've loosened all the joints off. I'm going to try and shift it a bit. I think that'll work fine. I have got the back wall aligned. It was quite easy to do. I just loosened off all the triangular pieces down here, these pieces, and the one at the top. Just kind of pushed on it gently. I test fit the panel now. It's absolutely perfectly vertical, so that's great. So I can get in these 4 back panels. So I'll have to clean them all up. And if we look over here, again, the sun is setting. So I'll see what I can do. I might be able to get the 4 panels cleaned up, but I think I'll have to wait till tomorrow morning to get them in. So on top, so these 2 panels come up to here, that line. Then there's 2 smaller ones that sit on top of them, and then 2 triangle ones that sit on top of that. And then the corner ones are just 2 triangle pieces. So quite a few pieces in the end wall. It's amazing how echoey it is in here now. Hello, hello. So here's my 4 panes that I've got to clean up tonight, get them ready for tomorrow. It's I'm so used to walking through walls. You know, if you need the ladder, you just walk through the wall. But I can't do that anymore, so I've got to be careful that I don't run into a wall. Make it on the YouTube fails. Yeah, so I'll keep cleaning these panes up. I think that's all I'll get done tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm hoping I can get that whole back wall in. That would be awesome. And then I'll just have this triangle piece that I think I can get it fitted in. I think I've just got to kind of shift the axes of the building just a bit at the front here. And I think I can get it in. Well, it is definitely dark out now. I have to stop work because I can't really see what I'm doing anymore. I got the one window, which you probably can't see, cleaned up. I got the putty removed on these 3 around all the edges, so I just got to give those a good wash tomorrow. and they'll be ready to go in. So that's exciting. It'll be a good day tomorrow, I think, putting all the windows in the back wall. I'm getting some condensation on the inside of the greenhouse already, and the vents are just about closed for the night. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. It is very early in the morning the next day, and it poured rain last night, and it is supposed to rain all day today, but I don't think it'll stop me from working on the greenhouse. I do have a few succulents outside. I'll have to bring them in the greenhouse. Even though it's raining out, it's still nice temperature-wise. I've got shorts on and I'm quite comfortable. So, pretty amazing for October. I find it amazing how many plants I have in flower in October. So I've got my Bougainvillea here, and then down here I've got my Sarissa, which has all the little white flowers on it. And up here I have my light pink Bougainvillea, which is flowering once again. Down on the floor down here I've got my crown with thorns, which has flowered the entire summer. I've got that one succulent down here that's just starting to flower. You can see the little white flowers on it there, maybe. And then outside I still have my gardenia flowering. My pink pixie Bougainvillea is in flower, which is exciting. In here I have the Snow Queen Hibiscus in flower. Let me show you that flower right here, which is cool. My yellow hibiscus down here is just full of flowers and flower buds. Just amazing. That is it for the flowers, but I have a lot of fall color coming also. My Bog Forest is starting to get some fall colors, and it looks like it's only on the old needles. You can see there's a couple of trees back here that are still green, and all the newer growth on these larches is still green. It's just the older needles, maybe the ones from last year even. So that's looking colorful. The American elms continue to go yellow. Nice. My native white pine, the older needles have gone yellow and they'll fall off soon. Looks very colorful. It's nice. My pencil cactus here, the tips are starting to go that kind of fiery color. You can just see them changing color there, I hope. Yeah, I've never had color on them before. My Virginia creeper in here, the leaves have gone a fiery red and they're all falling off now. I'm starting to get some nice yellow colors on the maples here. The Manitoba maples and the red maples. Very cool. The Norway maple here is just starting to get some color up top. My silver wattle here, the leaves are going yellow. They'll be falling off soon. The older needles on the Douglas firs have turned yellow and they'll be falling off soon. On my thuja forest here, some of the older leaves are turning kind of colors and falling off. And the ash tree here, it's getting its fall colors. All my succulents are in the greenhouse now, and it's starting to rain again, so I'll head in, get some breakfast, and begin work. I'm back to present time, Friday afternoon. I'm cleaning up the glass to finish the back wall, those upper triangles, and there's some small rectangle pieces to go in up there. And then I'll try fitting those up. Hopefully it'll go well. And then I've just got this one corner piece up here that I was having problems fitting. I'll have to try and sort that out and get that glass panel in place. I'm inside the greenhouse here, and one thing I noticed, it's much quieter inside the greenhouse than outside. It just seems to block all that outside noise. It is quite echoey in here at the moment because there's no plants or shelves or anything. So I think once everything gets in place, it'll be good for making videos. It won't be quite so echoey. Here's a look at the back wall of the greenhouse. So I've got the glass up to here. So there's some rectangle panels there, and then 4 triangle-shaped pieces at the peak. It's another warm day out today. The tropicals are enjoying outside. They just keep on growing. It is later on in the afternoon now. I've got the triangle piece fitted here and the piece here. And I went to fit the ones up here and they don't fit. I'm just short by like 1/8 of an inch or 3 or 4 millimeters, just like that one front panel. So I've got to figure out what's going on, how I can get a little more height in my roof peak somehow. I think the front section I can try and move it over. So I'm going to get a 2x4, pry it up against the wall to tilt it a little bit, and I'm hoping that gives me a little more clearance. The only other option is to, get a piece of plexiglass cut to the right shape or something like that. I don't know. It's very close to fitting, but it's just, millimeters out. I'm out the front of the greenhouse now, so I'll start by working to get this triangular piece here fitted. So the whole thing, I'm going to try and tilt it towards the left. And I'm hoping that works. Kind of straighten that out a bit and just get enough room. I'll loosen everything off on the front face, all the bolts, tilt it over a bit, and hopefully that'll give me just enough room to get that glass panel in there. I'm pushing on the one side of the greenhouse here, kind of shifting it over, the verticals over a bit. And it seems to be working. It's making that gap better at the top there. It's evening it out. Hopefully a little more wiggling around and I can get that pane to fit. Well, after much prying, I'm still getting nowhere. The glass is hard down on the edge at the bottom here. And if I come up here, there's the top of the glass. And to the roof beam here, there's just not enough room for that pane to fit in. And, all these beams are bolted in. They can't be shifted or anything. So I just don't know. I think before I get too frustrated, I think I'm just going to cut them out of plexiglass, custom fit them up in there. I just don't see a solution. I tried shifting the whole frame over, and it just started, instead of the glass sitting flat on the lip down here, it started lifting up here. That didn't work. I got it to the point where, everything was kind of crooked and I could almost fit the glass in there, but not with the plastic spacer. So there's just no way of lifting that roof beam higher. It's just, everything's bolted. There's no adjustment. See, it's all bolted up here. Everything's in place. It just doesn't fit, which is kind of frustrating. I don't know why. Yeah, I just don't know why. Even at the back, there's no reason. Everything's bolted together properly, and yet I don't have enough height to clear the roof peak. I've made a lot of progress on the greenhouse in the last couple of days. The sun came out briefly this afternoon for about a couple of minutes, and it actually started to get hot in here, which was kind of cool to see. I've still got to fit those triangular windows, so I'll email the manufacturer, see if they have any suggestions on what I'm doing wrong or how to fit them, and I'll work away at it. Worst case scenario, I'd make some plexiglass ones up to fit in the place of the glass, which would work fine. And that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.